So, do I count total carbs or net carbs? That's a great question. We're going to talk about that today. Hi, welcome to Keto with JT. I'm JT. I'm a certified keto and intermittent fasting coach, and this channel is all about a practical approach to living a ketogenic lifestyle. One of the questions that I get probably the most often is, Jared, should I be counting total carbs or net carbs? And that's a really good question because there's a lot of information out there and it can be confusing. You have a lot of strong opinions out there as well about it needs to be a certain way or it's not keto. And there's a lot of information out there. It's hard to wade through all that. So I'm hoping to address that topic with you today. So before we jump into answering that question, let's talk about or examine another question. What is the difference? So when we're looking at total carbs, we're looking at the total carbohydrates contained in a food or food item. That one seems a little more self-explanatory. It's all the carbs that are contained in that food. Net carbs tends to get a little more ambiguous and a little bit harder, a little more confusing. Net carbs is the total carbohydrates minus fiber and sugar alcohols. So that, and once you subtract those things, then the carb number, the net carb, that gives you your net carbs, and that's typically a little bit lower. Okay, so now that we have that, which one do I use with keto? Okay, well, before we answer that question, I'm going to stall just a little bit more because I kind of want to make a point. Let me ask you this question. What are we trying to achieve with keto? Why does keto work? What do we want it to do for us? I'm not asking you, well, why are you doing it? You know, a lot of people say, well, I'm trying to lose weight. That's what I want keto to do for me, right? And that might be your reason for doing it, right? But what I'm asking is, how does keto do that for us? How do we get keto? How do we get to following a ketogenic lifestyle? How do we get keto to do that? You have heard the term ketosis. We've heard that term, right? And we know that means fat burning. So what we're trying to do with following a keto lifestyle or a ketogenic way of eating is get our bodies in a state of ketosis where we're burning fat. How do we do that? The most important factor, the biggest factor that determines whether or not we're going to get into ketosis is the lowering of carbs. It's not eating a certain food. It's not eating fat that gets us into ketosis. It is predominantly, that helps, but it's predominantly the lowering of carbs. Think of it this way. Think of the intake, the amount of food that you're eating, the carbohydrates that you're eating, connected to a knob. We'll call it like the carb control knob. And we need to turn that down. The lower we turn that down, the lower volume of carbs coming in. And we need to turn that down until our body switches over into ketosis, fat burning. Okay, so well, Jared, I know this. What I'm asking, you're not answering the question. All right, I'm getting to that. The reason I wanted to talk about this for a minute is to illustrate a point. And this channel is all about, hey, let's make this practical. And one of the things that I think is very practical is for us to remember that counting carbs, total carbs or net carbs, is just a way of measuring how many carbs are coming in to our body, how many carbs we're eating. And it doesn't matter if you're counting total carbs or net carbs necessarily. What matters is that we understand and we remember what we're trying to achieve in the first place, and that is the lowering of carbs, so much so that we get into ketosis. And that number can be different for everyone. Most people, they're going to get into ketosis somewhere between 25 and 50 net carbs. Some people are going to have to go even lower than that. They'll have to go down to 20, 15, even 10 or less. What matters is that we're measuring that, but we're measuring it consistently. How we measure that doesn't necessarily matter as much, that we are measuring it consistently and we understand that, okay, well, I got to lower it a little bit more. I'm not in ketosis yet, so I got to lower it a little bit more, lower a little bit more until I get there. Because there's so much variability in each person, we can't just say, okay, so you need to be at 25 carbs and that's how it's going to work, and that's going to be right for every single person out there on the planet. It just doesn't work that way. Your number might be 49.8 net carbs and you're in ketosis. And for me, I might need to go down to 23.2. And obviously we're not going to get that precise, but I'm using that to illustrate this point. We lower the carbs, lower the carbs, lower the carbs, as long as we're measuring it consistently. So if I'm starting with total carbs, I'm staying with total carbs, and that's how I'm measuring it the entire time. Because that way I will get an accurate number. I will see what's going on and what I'm tracking, and I'll get an accurate reading for my results. Same thing with net carbs. If I'm doing net carbs and I'm lowering that down, that's what matters. And then I'm measuring it with net carbs consistently, using net carbs the whole time. Okay? So, and what happens is you're going to find that you'll get into ketosis at a certain number regardless of which one you're doing. I hope this is helping. I hope this is making sense. Now, when I work with people, we do net carbs. I find that it just seems to be comfortable for people. A lot of people feel like it's not quite as strict, it's easier to do. Guess what? It works. People get into ketosis, no problem. Total carbs absolutely works. You'll get into ketosis, no problem. Because what matters is measuring it consistently, but lowering those carbs until you get into ketosis. So pick the one that works for you, the one that you can follow consistently, and do that. Then lower those carbs until you get into ketosis and keep on going. So I hope this helps. I hope it answers your question. I hope it doesn't make it more confusing. If you have any questions, please put those in the comments below. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.